we haven't really seen this before. How do we adapt to this in game and after game? To be like, oh, maybe we should have done something different. But by then it's too late. You already lost the game. So maybe Complexity will try and quote unquote cheese them again.
Which is fair. You know, I mean, if you have enough tricks that you can pull it off again and again. I mean, all respect to you, right? That also takes some skill to come up with so many different ideas that you think are like guaranteed to work. I mean, sure, now they have a margin, right? They're up 1-0. They really wanted, they could try another one and be like, all right, we'll go to game 3. We have this, you know, last draw kind of idea that is a little bit more standard, but let's find out as we go into the draft here for game number 2 between these two teams, and the Invoker being banned out by Wings.
Oh, that's a change up.
Okay. Banning it for themselves. Don't want to get caught into that anymore. And then the bounty, of course, no big surprise for Compllexity. I mean, what are some options do you think to read into this Invoker ban, Winter?
They probably just don't want to play against it, and they have something up their sleeves. Invoker might be like, Invoker is actually like really good against a lot of like strategies. So maybe they have something else that
like they don't want to play it, but therefore they also don't want to play against it. So might as well take it out.
And they're on the dire side, so maybe I think I've heard a stat about Wings. They won like what 80% of their games on Radiant or something. Was it you that told me, Ben?
76% win on Radiant, 44 on Dire.
Yeah, and I was about to mention that maybe it's more important to be on Dire because like if you're worried about Complexity running another cheese strat, so maybe you want to go for the Dire priority over the first pick priority against Complexity.
Beastmaster is also really good against the Lifestealer Ancient, so I highly doubt we would see it again.
No, right. I don't think that's...
Enchantress is also really good against that.
Okay. There you go. Well, making sure they also block out that option while picking up some top tier heroes here for Wings. So most likely not going to see at least the same trick here from Compllexity twice in a row. Do they have something else, or are they going to play what most would consider perhaps a little bit more standard, a little bit more suited to the current meta, to battle it out against Wings here in game number 2? They just got to secure one more to get their spot in the semifinals tomorrow.
One of the things is that when you already have a Furion, most likely you're not looking at an option of being able to, unless you run some sort of aggro tri-lane, you're unlikely to be able to get really aggressive on the enemy carry. There's a lot of things that Furion does bring, but with Wings picking up the Beastmaster Enchantress, I think that means Complexity now have to be able to shore up their tri-lanes. This is going to be one of the more difficult dual lanes you'll potentially encounter if Wings choose to run it that way.
They were actually one of the first successful teams to actually deal with the offlane Enchantress, though. I remember they used to run Lina like all the time versus the Ench, and this is before heroes like Ursa were popular to pick versus the Enchantress. So I'm sure they're very well versed in how to deal with her.
I mean, recently they started to run Prophet on Swindle as well. Like before this, it was exclusively only on Chessie, and every time they pick it, only Chessie would play it. But right now, I think I saw one game that Swindle was actually playing earlier, yesterday.
Right on.
That's a kind of expansion that Swindles, he was a bit limited when he first switched over to that offlane position. You could really see that in that style of pick.
Yeah, and I imagine the Doom this time would be like sort of the bounty hunter role. Like he's going to follow the Ench around, try to neutralize her ganks and her early game presence, especially in the lanes.
Seconds remaining.
All right, well, they outbanned out once again by Complexity, having none of that, and PL being banned out by Wings.
Or the Earth Spirit.
Oh, okay.
The Earth Spirit like went through the draft last time.
Last game it wasn't pick and ban at all, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Seafric
right.
already had his hero in the Doom, so, and that's, Complexity would be the ones to pick it up, so. And in this game, it obviously makes sense for them to put more priority in the Doom as the matchup against the Enchantress.
Lone Druid.
No big surprise there either for the Lone Druid. So then going off of the Beastmaster and the Enchantress, what do you think Wings is planning here? I mean, do you think they're still going to try to just test the waters here as the draft goes on step by step, or do you think they're coming in with a bit more of a solid plan from start to finish?
Right now they need like bursts for the Raw, and obviously they're going to build a draft around Roshan as well. They have good vision, so they can catch Prophet's split push very well with the Beastmaster Hawk. And they have good early game with the Enchantress as well to contain the Prophet's presence in the whole game. So I think they need like a solid carry, preferably a carry that can use the Roshan easily.
Okay. Do you still consider OD to be a potential pick for Wings, even though it's facing up against a Doom? Because you are with the Beastmaster, you also have like kind of another glass cannon hero in Enchantress.
I mean, Doom counters everyone, right? So it doesn't really...
Overall, it's a super rare pick for them, though. They don't tend to heroes like OD. They don't like spend that much too.
They picked up OD a couple times in the
Yeah,
past.
I'm just saying it's rare.
Yeah.
It's just not super common for them. They like the stranger carries.
Yep. So they ban out the CM since
Yeah.
since they have the Ench this game, and they picked Witch Doctor, which is really good versus the Treants.
And it's also a pretty good support against Enchantress, so in some ways it serves a dual purpose.
Yeah, very solid pick here for Wings.
Yeah, I mean, even in the last game, right, the draft itself didn't seem to be too questionable from Wing, so no big surprise here that they're playing it out cautiously and systematically against Compllexity in this game.
5 seconds remaining.
Big question.
I could see them just going with something standard like Ursa, though. Ursa is like, pretty good against Doom because you generally have the Aegis of the Immortal, a lot of bursts to combo with Beastmaster.
Yeah,
So-
but then they're all like single target, right? And Compllexity can build a draft around team fight and just like stay together so you don't get pickoffs with your Beastmaster and Ursa or like Ench. Because they are lacking in AoE right now. They're mostly just single target. And Prophet and Doom obviously can be used as a push strat if they want to.
Speaking of push strats, they
Okay.
could go for like a little bit of sustain if they want to go like a carry, like in the style of Juggernaut. Something that does add more to the pushes, but still is able to come online relatively early and have some 15-minute kind of impact.
Do they play Lycan on Compllexity?
Well, you definitely can't pick it up now, right? The Wyvern already one really good hero to deal with Beastmaster Necronomicon. If you have a second Necronomicon on the field as well.
I mean for Compllexity.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
Do they run Lycan? Because I haven't really seen them do that.
Reserve
Because
time.
you're close to them, so maybe you know. if there's any chance that they run the hero.
I haven't seen it.
I'm trying to
in
think if
recent
I've ever
memory.
seen a match of Lycan for them.
Okay.
And I really thought Lycan was one of the, was going to be one of the heroes of this patch eventually, but it didn't really, it showed up once or twice at Shanghai Major.
Navi picked it up a lot recently.
Yeah.
Queen of Pain.
Yeah,
So-
we'll talk about the burst.
The burst and the AoE.
Yeah.
Good laning. So it's gonna allow Enchantress to be aggressive in the mid lane. In generally against Enchantress, you want a mid laner that can survive. It's harder to gank, like Puck, Wind Ranger. So your supports don't really have to sit mid and babysit the middle.
Right.
That's always a problem when you're playing against Ench and you're mid. And if you're mid hero and if you're not a queen, Puck or Wind Ranger, and you're always under a lot of pressure.
5 seconds.
Well, Compllexity,
remaining.
will they fit their bill, or do they have another idea in their bank as they... Oh, yep, Puck, there we go. So rounding that out. And now entering the last phase of the draft for both teams.
Wings need like a really big sort of a carry that's obviously fast paced, and once again I would stress
10 seconds.
a carry that can use the Roshan. It's very, very important for their lineup.
5 seconds remaining.
They have very good laning phase right now, good pickoff with the Beastmaster, good map vision.
Reserve time.
Everything else is good. They just need a very solid carry that can use Roshan.
Okay.
I feel like they can pretty much do Roshan though with any carry. With Ancient Beastmaster, that's already all you need, right?
I mean, if you can do it faster, like a pre-10-minute Roshan is great, like for their lineup. Since they're going to be relying a lot on Snowball, Enchantress is going to help the Beastmaster get level 6. Like the first tempo will be the Enchantress early game roaming, the first 4-5 minutes. And once he's successful in getting the Beastmaster to level 6, then the next tempo will come from the Beastmaster.
There's the Lycan ban by Wings.
It's really good with the Puck though. I'm just not
Yeah.
sure whether Compllexity runs Lycan. But still a very solid ban because it fits the enemy lineup very well.
Just to get it off of the table. Compllexity then, I mean, is there any, one or two heroes that they are looking at to ban, you think? To fill out that carry role?
Not sure though, like what Ben mentioned, there's a lot of carries that could fit the role.
Right.
Reserve
So
time.
perhaps not as high priority to ban specific rollout. Just gonna go with the Spectre ban.
I think Spectre's just kind of the all-around the most annoying hero. Some of the other physical damage like right-clickers are not going to be as good because the Winter Wyvern and Cold Embrace can really stall up certain melee heroes, so... This is a lark.
I mean, they're gonna play very mobile around the map because they have
Yeah.
heroes that are gonna move. They are completely having a different game plan. They want to split push, catch heroes. Slug and Queen of Pain is very mobile, so they can actually push the lanes out very far. So Beastmaster would then be allowed to catch heroes after the lanes are all pushed out.
And this is the kind of playstyle that Wings is most successful with, right? Because they are so fast-paced, they want to be able to have this kind of information, just
They
keep
have
going.
a lot of map control with the Slug and the Beastmaster, so that's going to be their direction. And we'll see whether Compllexity wants to like group up as 5, play a 5-man, so it doesn't play into Wings' plan.
One last pick for Compllexity. They rounded out to fit that bill as Winder was talking about, go with the whole group, the team fight composition.
A lot of the potential carries actually are kind of problematic against the Slark.
You mentioned Juggernaut right before, like for the push. Do you think it's still like good here? Do you still like it here?
No, I mean, the part of the problem is, like, you have to deal with his Enchantress, Beastmaster, dual lane, right? So one of those laning phase type carries, right, with Juggernaut, Ursa, one of those kind of heroes would be great just to deal with the laning phase, but now I think the Slark proves pretty problematic for heroes like even Sven, Juggernaut.
So you probably prefer Gyrocopter?
I like Ember a lot, actually. I think
Ember.
they don't have any lockdown for the Ember, but...
Oh, that's the push.
Oh, okay, going
So
with the draw.
Kind of like the Lycan that you were talking about, how it synergizes well with the Puck. This is one of those like really individually skilled matchups, the Puck versus Queen of Pain. But now the slight advantage is going to go the way of the Puck because of the Straw Ranger aura. Can allow the Puck to come online really fast, which I think is important against the Slark. You need this Puck Blink Dagger to come up pretty quickly to keep the Slark down as long as possible.
The Slug Blink is also going to be a problem for the Drow as well later into the game. So.
All right, well, Ben, any last thoughts before we jump right into the game here for game number 2?
I like Wings lineup a lot more, and as more of a standard game, standard draft, which I think Wings is should probably slightly be better at than Compllexity.
All right, well, let's see if they can start the comeback for themselves, or if Compllexity is going to close it out 2-0 as we head into the game with our peanut gallery of OD Pixel, Purge, and Slacks.
Thank you very much, Chopper, and indeed, welcome back for Game 2 now, Compllexity versus Wings, and guys, we're seeing a Drow strat coming out from the side of Compllexity, regardless of the fact that Slark was that final pick, and as you were kind of worried about, Purge, if that Slark gets ahead, it's not going to be nice.
Yeah, it'll be really tough for the Drow Ranger to stay alive, and they don't have very good solutions to catching him before he ends up popping his ult, so it will be a little bit of a hard game here for Compllexity.
And if there's one thing that Wings draft shows me, it is aggression. You got that early game vision coming out from the Beastmaster, you've got the Slark, you've got the Witch Doctor to heal you up on those early game tower pushes, and I cannot wait. This is going to be much different than the other game. These guys are ready to go ham.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the early game, Purge, laning stage, is there anyone that clearly favors? I guess having the Drow is already going to be very nice for Compllexity. They've got 4 ranged heroes this game, and quite a lot of control and save. We were talking about earlier, obviously, the interesting fact that they got Cold Embrace, but Slark's going to be kind of happy with that. So you've got to be careful when you're using that spell, because he's still going to steal the essences.
Yeah, the laning stage for Compllexity is not that amazing, with the exception of the Drow aura. And Nature's Prophet's decent in the offlane, quite good usually, but they have the counter, which is Enchantress. So going to be a little bit of fight here. They stole a Treant. Watch out.
Oh no, he's been thieved. He stole your baby.
He's going up there to try and get the vision here. We're going to see them try and get themselves a bit of a kill here. It's jumping onto the tube, but no, it's going to be the Quat falling first. And then like Fox there for good one in return. So it's Z3 going down, but of course the first blood there for the side of Compllexity. Shadow going to be forced back. He's got 3 tangos on his south, so should be alright. Meanwhile, Faith just giving Chesney the long run back down to this bottom lane. So 1 for 1, but Compllexity are the ones to get first blood.
Yeah, so that's Handskin on the Winter Wyvern getting the start there. And Queen of Pain, because she does also heal, so it won't be too bad for her in the mid lane, and I think that's all right for them. But the fact that I went to Winter Wyvern and not a core, this will be okay. Oh, an immediate smoke.
We're getting sneaky already. All right, the boys are moving in on that middle lane. Gonna see if they can't wrap around on Queen of Pain. Now, do they have what they
I
need
guess
to do?
looking at the Queen, they know that she hasn't got Blink level 1.
She does now. She's
She's level 2 now, so it's a little bit late.
I mean, they were fast, but you can't be that fast to gank her. They'll have to go on somebody else instead. Enchantress is a possibility, but even that I don't think we're going to see killed. And there's another smoke. Enchantress smoking herself with the Hellbear, shifting to the safe lane. This is going to be a super easy gank for Enchant.
Indeed, as we can see, Drow just left on her own at the moment if the Enchantress can get down there, but actually turning attention towards mid, top lane as well at the same time, looking to try and corner Swindles. He's got the backup of Z-Freak and Hanskin though in Shadow. Ice Ice, they have to be careful. Z-Freak holding in, Shadow, he will pounce away, and Ice Ice is going to go for the TP out with the Infernal Blade there from the man, and he'll get it. Z-Freak catching him out, I believe that was, the level 1 blade.
Well, that was quite a long distance gank there. Didn't they start in the mid lane, and then they found their way to the top? Well, at least they found a target. Good for them.
Absolutely working out, and of course worth noting as well that the Ench still yet to make a move. She's hanging around the mid lane, but the Quap...
She'll probably go now. He used Orb.
See if they can do it. Yeah, salving up as well. Blink is ready for this one. If they can get a couple of smashes in, Limp. 2 seconds though, and he's got the orb back up. Here we go, there we go! Oh! Clap, everybody! There we have it.
It was smart of him to go northeast. It was the only way that he gets out of there, but the creeps did collapse on him and they blocked him next to the tree, so it was just a little unfortunate there for Puck. Although he could have potentially cut through. I don't know if this is a new set of tangos or not, but almost made it out. It was very close.
And you cannot just... That early game damage coming out from those Hellbears is so good.
Oh, he's getting a bit of a rundown here from Faith. It's going to be fine. I mean, yeah, as you said, the rotations from both teams at the moment, keeping themselves even 2 for 2. CS for the core heroes, though, it seems to overall be favouring Wings, and this Lark certainly having a better time than the Drow on this bottom lane.
Yeah, they've been a little bit more static on the map.
But look at this Beastmaster just going in past the tower. He's got White coming in as well on the edge. They're going to look.
2 mana.
Oh, he's got it. He's got one. The question is, could he get more now? Z3 coming in. Faith, it could be the one in trouble. Z3 being slowed down here by the ball. And now Jesse trying to move in the blade. Going to start to tick down the edge, but edge. But that movement speed will be able to get herself away. So at this point, Z3 just unable to punish this on the Doom.
Well, they do zone him back, and he gets to eat a free creep. So
he has got a clap. If he can get himself close enough, but yeah,
it won't kill. He's
not going to be able to chase this.
40 more mana, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Wait a second.
Swindle's coming in.
Oh, what a block!
They need to block it. There's your blade, and now one more snap, and nice rotation there from the MP.
Yeah, that was really nicely done. Z-Freak's now got 800 gold in the bank, so we'll see what he buys. Most likely will be Tranquil Boots like usual, but there'd be some value in a fast Arcane Boots.
Jeez, look at that stat there. Beastmaster undefeated here in ESL One. Such a strong hero this game, or this patch here. I mean, great offlaner, great vision, great aggression, and we're seeing that popping out in a little bit.
Absolutely, said just the vision game, probably one of the hugest things about the man, and the fact that he can always farm pretty reliably. You know, you have bad time lane, he can head into the jungle. He's always going to get reliable timing on the Necro units, and we've seen the pushing power and the fact that this game as well. You look at some of the lineup. I mean, heroes like the Puck and the Draft. You catch them out with a good brawl, you've got a high chance of bursting them down with level 3 Necros. Mid lane, jumping forward, Limp with the quad, but now turn around, Limp duking out the strike. He'll be fine. Link will be able to grab himself a bounty in top. Meanwhile, bottom, Z3 now been the double damage away from Y on the Enchantress.
I believe he just ate her child, right? Didn't he just devour her child?
Yeah, he keeps doing that. That's definitely not the first time.
He just keeps doing that. That is sad. Poor Enchantress. Anyway, down in the middle lane, we see another rotation on the quad.
He's trying to go in here with the DD. It's
what is
very
he doing?
Ambitious.
Okay.
Alrighty. That's a freebie for Blink. I mean, meanwhile, bottom, they will find a kill onto Wings in return, but Z3 just a little bit too YOLO there.
Yeah, that's a play I usually make. Doesn't work out, but it looked kind of good. They knew Blink was off cooldown, but I think he was maybe expecting Swindles to come in, and then he cancelled, so he was kind of just committed.
Nice cascade from my side. He's going to save the edge, but looks like he'll pay with his own life. The slow's coming out. He's trying to make them work for it. It doesn't matter at the end of the day, and they will find themselves a kill, so give themselves a second one down here, Compllexity. Mid lane. Just got to be a bit careful. There's Blink now with the Sonic Wave available, so if there's an opening, he'll have a good chance of bursting down this Puck, but of course, very elusive character. It's going to be hard to catch him.
We're seeing the action all over the map, but what we have forgotten about is Mr. Slarky Malarkey up at the top.
He's having a great time.
He's having just the best time in the world. Space has been created all over the place. Oh no!
These creeps being eaten by Z-Freak. Poor old Y.
Oh boy.
She just brings them to him.
Yeah?
It's like, here, are you hungry?
Hey, that's a special delivery, huh? Delivery on the kill in the mid lane, and then they give him some creeps to satisfy him. That's what it's all about. They're paying him off.
So they're kind of reacting towards where the Prophet as well as Z-Freak on the Doom are rotating. So it is creating some space. But like you said, the Slark has just been free farming this whole time. He's got 36 CS here, and it all comes down to his first couple items. If they can get, like, I don't know, a Blink Dagger, Treads, Bracer or something, do a big smoke and start killing Draw Ranger repeatedly, then they can get a huge advantage in this game. And one really good way to do that is to get a kill off in the safe lane for the Radiant, and then take their tower as well, because then it's a lot harder for them to defend their own jungle.
Right. And this is a super dangerous situation. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, boys, but Slark is pretty darn good against Winter Wyvern, correct?
Yeah, he's pretty good. He does a lot of magic damage, and even if he doesn't do damage when they're frozen, he still steals their stats. So he's every time he hits, he's getting more armor, more attack speed, more damage.
Right, so they definitely got to be careful about that, and we're going to see a little bit of pressure on that middle lane, see if somebody rotates out. Meanwhile, the bottom lane getting assaulted by those boars as they spit their little goo on them.
And
Yeah, just comes with the
basically,
trader.
Compllexity ditched the safe lane because they knew that a gank would be coming here because they are going to transition, like I said, into doing this. So they predicted this. Instead, they went mid instead, see if they could catch a hero. And again, if they get a kill, that should be a tower.
Is under attack.
Okay, yep, that's a full commit on the mid lane as they take that bad boy down. Nature's Prophet going in to finish that as well. So the boys in the bot say, all right, we'll trade him. Sounds good. And they're going to be attacking the bottom lane as well. Could they move in here? Oh,
It's a hard one.
yeah, spronk away. Oh, good, another child. Go, Doom.
Radiant's bottom
There we go.
Oh, run, little baby.
Come in, dude. There we go. Another wrench creep for the mat. I think they continue the push by the looks of it. We'll see what Wings can do in terms of stopping it. As this Drow, it's a pretty strong push to have. And we're just 7 minutes in and already the tier 2. In a bit of a dire position. See if there's any answers. Could be Ice Ice, in fact. Wrapping around the back, he's kind of on his own here. There's a Quap on the sidelines, but Ice Ice very aggressively rotating in from behind, and he's just going to get taken down on the high ground. Blink has got a Sonic Wave, but he's got to be careful about jumping into these guys. And well, with a hero down, Wings, I'm out of trouble defending against this if Compllexity continue with this, and they're going to stick around here, realizing the opening. They're going to go for a second down. Oh, the Dream Con and the blast onto two limb. Jumps in, they're taking down the Beastmaster before you get out any spells. They'll have Shadow coming through down the slot, the rotation. They'll burst down the Doom. Compllexity still hanging. Car's going to be duped out. Quap moving forward. Daya connects with the limb and he gets himself back. Oh, the cast though. Still bouncing his Shadow. Looking to try and jump in more. Sonic Wave coming onto Limb, but Limb, he should still be able to play this one away and get himself out. And the space is created. Compllexity to get themselves the tower. And they just trade a Doom there for the Beastmaster. Swindles go for the TP out. Is he going to make it? No. Okay, so Wings with that managed to find a little bit more for the Slark. So yeah, it certainly was a good job that the Slark reacted to that, because without him, they wouldn't have been able to find anything in return.
Oh man, I can't believe we're 8 minutes in and they got both of their mid towers are gone. I mean, the amount of pressure that they're going to be feeling now. We need that Slark to come online, Mr. Purge.
Yeah, it's going to remove a lot of the dire advantage that is around Roche due to the fact that they still have their tower mid, but that's a Drow strat. You do a lot of right-click damage, you go somewhere and you push a tower, and once you take it, you get that gold advantage, and at least as long as you never let them take your towers back.
And the great thing as well, getting these towers quick, is going to give the Puck a fairly quick blink dagger, considering that he's just spending a lot of time looking at the fights, and once they got the blink, it's going to be very scary for Wings to try and come forward and defend these towers. If you can get the jump silence onto the Slark and find a follow through for just the Doom to drop the ult, and well, mid lane, Limb, no messing, just dropping the Dream Card, look at the solo kill, and with the help of the Nature's Wrath, he'll do it. It's another pick off for Limp, and now just a few hundred away from having that blink complete.
Little pickoffs like that are so important too. It's just limits what Witch Doctor can do. He's going to be permanently poor for this game. He's 0-4-1. He's died a lot this game actually. It's going to make things really tough. The rest of Compllexity grouping up top now, going for the push. I really like the synergy in their draft at this stage too. Like having Puck as a team fight initiator hero is really important because you want to fight sometimes, otherwise they can defend endlessly. So with Dream Coil, they can spam out things like Splinter Blast. They can set up the Winter's Curse with it as well. Only thing that's really scary is probably Quap and Slark. Those heroes do a lot of damage and they're fairly mobile, and Compllexity is lacking some disable.
Yep, alright, little defense down on the top tower. Taking some... Oh no!
He's going to be fine. He's still got the Shadow Dance up. Nothing to lock him down there, but now we have Limp. Blink timing now done. So, going to get a lot scarier here for Wings when they do come in for the defense. And going to see mid TP in from Chessie.
Yeah, there's, could we see a little skirmish here? Nope, that tower's going down. Nobody's going to be helping him. Slark's getting out of there as quick as he can, and poor little Witch Doctor. If there's one hero you don't want to be up behind on, it's Witch Doctor. Way hard to get back into this game for him.
This could be pretty big for Wings if they get away with this. I mean, already they're losing a lot of towers, losing a lot of map control. You already talked about the fact that it's going to be harder for them to get away with plays like this, going for Roshan. The question is, do you think they get away with this one? Complexity? It's actually Wings smoking out. Shadow's caught Hans Ken actually going to call and brace himself. I mean, that's only going to give more stacks here to Shadow, so he's going to be happy with that. They'll still find the kill as Aurora coming out here onto the Pucker with a Sonic Wave. Wings finding 2 kills and back into the pit. They'll finish off Roche. Very, very nice play there from the side, and still this Slark getting scarier and scarier.
A bit of a peculiar play, but their opponents were going to predict that they're in there. Instead, they exit out, grab a kill, and then they absolutely guarantee the pickup. So I haven't seen a team do that before. It's basically like a fake back, except in Roche form. It did cost them a smoke to do it, though. It's a little expensive, but this is going to start the snowball and try to offset a lot of what Compllexity already accomplished.
Well, if there's one thing that we saw from the last series is that these guys know how to even it out. So we'll see if they're able to keep up this momentum. Meanwhile, down the bottom lane, Miss Queen of Pain finding Z-Freak. Not sure she's going to be going on that bad boy. She's just going to farm it up and walk away.
A little bit too tanky to have a shot bursting, especially without the Sonic Wave. Quap not going to be able to do too much on his own. She's going to hide in the tree line, and wisely so, as Compllexity were coming in with a full man. See if he does reveal himself, and I imagine he won't. Chessie's actually going to come looking for him here, and well, they'll grab the vision, they see he's there. I guess the blink off just in time. Can they get themselves over to stop him? Nah, not soon enough. And Limp realizes he's not going to try and waste the Dream Coil there to stop any TPs, but now Compllexity groups up on the bottom lane. There's still a tier 1 here. We can almost imagine that they'll certainly push in for this one. And why is the only one nearby at the moment? The rest of Wings just trying to find the most that they can out of the map whilst it keeps getting pressured by the group up from Compllexity.
Oh man, Purge, how are these guys going to stop this mega push here? They're going for more towers down on the bottom lane, push on the tier 1, the tier 2 is going to be falling soon. What do we do, buddy?
I mean, the fact that they're even scared to fight despite having Aegis is pretty interesting here, but they might fight here though. Enchantress from the backside, she doesn't have that much mana though.
Oh, Lim, he's only going to get the Dream Coil on one, and Faith, he's going to try for the TP out. They've got the blade to cancel it, and they'll manage to kill the Beastmaster. Still, this objective's going the way. Oh, he actually moves out the way, doesn't see the courier in time. So why unable to achieve anything there with his very, very deep position?
They could definitely get a kill on the Drow Ranger right now if they show up. He's got a cask on 2, the neutral and the Drow. If he doesn't split well, he just dies.
Oh, split a little bit too far, so Wings. I won't be able to find it with the bounces, but Reggie's giving the chase down. Gus force to the back. And a nice stun as well there from the Centaur to just make sure the Wings don't chase down Chessie.
Yeah,
and
I think
be fine.
He messed that up a little bit. He should have stunned the Centaurs closer to him, so it gave him more time to run away, I think. Either way, it would have been a pretty hard kill. Don't get it though. Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Wings doesn't want to fight at a tower, but it is really scary. If you take a team fight like that and you lose the Aegis and all your heroes die, then the game is kind of just over at that stage. So you got to pick really, really good fights.
Well, we're waiting to see if one of those good fights is going to happen. Here we see Slark. He probably doesn't want to be going on that Doom, because if Doom gets Doom off, then he is doomed. Man, they got to change his name. That is just, nobody wants to say that.
Yeah, this is a very risky one for Slark. Unless you can get help, you've got Beastmaster coming in as well, and he does have Raw back up. So if they can roll the Doom, they can certainly go for this kill, because they'll have time to punch in, get the combat out, and roll. Yep, he's going to be able to duke it out. As soon as the arms are raised, pop in the Shadow Dance to make sure Z-Freak can't continue the cast. And that's a nice clean kill there for Wings.
Yep, had to wait for that Beastmaster to rotate up, but the Roar got it done, and the boys are on the hunt in the jungle.
There was another smoke though, so there's been a lot of smoke usages from both teams trying to get advantage in the early game, but it makes sense. Against a Drow Ranger, you can't let them get to that point of no return.
Oh, things are poking out on the top lane. They do see the bacon. They're gonna eat up that bacon real quick. Goodbye. And they're still looking for somebody. I'm not gonna be catching anybody though. TPs are out. The rotate.
Okay, that's huge. If they could kill Shadow here, Lim, just with the feeling, dropping that coil, and they will. Oh, looks a bit. Oh, can he get himself out? No, they got the auto follow through. Massive pick off there from Colin. Great play from Limp on the pop.
That must have been so close. I thought he was going to make it out for sure. He was practiced. The other time that he lost the blink TP out of Quap, he was ready for that one.
Yeah, man. I didn't think he'd get him at all, and I've never been wrong in my entire life. So
it was incredibly close. But it's players like that Compllexity need. They need to keep themselves on top. They need to punish the Slark. I mean, I think that was the first time Slark's died this game. He was having a very, very, very easy time so far in terms of farming. We can still see that in the net worth. But if Compllexity are able to try and take down these out 2 tier 2s, that should be enough to close that gap. 15 minutes in 10th for night. I mean, Purge, do you feel Compllexity have achieved enough really to keep this strat in the running, or if you're Compllexity a little bit worried at this point?
Yeah, they're fine. Their last hits are a bit low on the Drow Ranger, but he's still second place. He can catch up, no problem. It is still going to get really tough versus the Slark in the late game, though. That's going to happen no matter what. But neither team has lost major advantage yet. It's just a couple ganks back and forth. They're kind of doing a bit of a dancing game because they know if they do a bad engagement, it could just be a Rax or something like that.
Radiant structures barriers are fortified.
Top lane, Wings. Over the push, nice spin to blast onto 2. 4 will come out. Z3, can he close the gap? Indeed, with the Winter's Curse to set this one up, and the burst down from Lim. And nice to take the Aegis out of hands. Lim in cold embrace. He should be able to play his way out of this one, and he will, as we can see. Wings already trying to disengage. They got the Doom out onto the slot, but he's going to be speedy enough. Sonic Wave flying through, punishing the Limp's aggression, but he's been coiled up. Ice falling low. Chessie falling even lower, and Chessie going to get taken down. Quat will fall in return. Ice as well, but now Shadow coming back in, looking for the cleanup. They found 3 from Compllexity. They're going to find 4 here. Wings, a huge fight again, and now this slot, 4-1-4. More money, more XP, and Compllexity can't afford to lose fights like that.
It actually worked out quite nice for Wings. Despite the Witch Doctor being out of position, he took a lot of focus from Compllexity there, and Slark was able to get out. Obviously, they did have Aegis on Quap, so dooming him wouldn't have been a good idea, but didn't really do that much against Slark either. They need to... I like the Winter Wyvern with Doom. It's kind of nice, because you can set it up. It's okay if the damage doesn't do damage. It's really just a guaranteed setup, but...
They just taunting him here, this Enchantress.
Doesn't even care, man. Untouchable and spronking away. Woo! Let her go.
Yeah, I've got a puck turning up as well. Lim's trying to close the gap. Meanwhile, top lane, Shadow closing the gap onto Chessie. Chessie's got to run, he's got to hide, but another Dark Pack coming through. It'll be enough, and again, Shadow, I mean, at this point, he can get away with that, and that's what's going to be really scary for Compllexity.
Yeah, that's not going to be the last time that happens this game. He's going to have a Manta Stealth soon as well, so he's not going to have to worry about silence either. He can potentially trick Doom to doom the wrong target. And Slark's happy here.
Yeah, he's got to be careful on that Doom. Last team fight, he did it a little early. He started off with that, and it allowed Slark to just walk away, heal up, and come right back. So, I mean, it's really... Jeez, he's just got to land that Doom almost perfectly to be winning these team fights coming up.
They don't have a good disable to set it up with, basically. That's the problem. Like, I mean, they can maybe Sprout Doom him or something like that, but... or Dream Coil into Doom, something like that is a decent option.
Oh, this Witch Doctor's very, very deep. Ice. Restoration versus Scorched Earth hit.
I'm healing level 4. He's healing a lot.
And Alpha Swindles, so gets the Sprout block up. Doom chops in, moves in for the finishing blow. And they will punish the Witch Doctor as very, very far across the enemy side of the map there. On his own, mid lane, Limp in position, but at the same time, you've got Wings wrapping around from all sides, all 4 of them. Limp linking himself back, getting himself away. Very aware that the Roar will come through. Oh, with that set up in the stun, that will allow them to get the Roar. Sonic Wave as well, but can they burst in time? There they can. Big control, big kill, but in return, the Winter's Curse. Locking down the Quap. They finding one in return. Shadow was doomed, but again, just staying out of Vision's way, healing back up. He's going to be fine, and just the Quap for the puck trade there going on in the mid lane.
Dude, that Centaur stomp was insane from Enchantress. He was totally prepared for puck going that way. It's the stun and guarantees the Roar. And that's going to give him a tier 1 tower mid. They did lose some heroes there, but... Oh, great deny from Drow.
Ooh! Look at the ball. Z3. He's trying to move everyone with a setup for Swindles. Sprout out onto the man, but he's got the access to chop the trees down. They won't be able to close it. In fact, Shadow's trying to come back in here. He's got the Shadow Darts pounding away at Haskin. Bracing himself. He's going to be fine for the time being, but the rest of Compllexity now trying to go back and fight something in return. Sprout onto the edge, healing up. It's not going to be enough. Nature Draft comes through. Shadow trying to jump back in. Oh, takes a huge amount of damage there from the Nature Draft. Lukanski's good for Death Wall. Please see free line. He'll get the Doom kill, but now Chessie with the silence, and now Chessie on the Drow doing a hell of a lot of damage. Trying, oh, he actually got the charges off. The Witch Doctor staying alive there. Chessie thought that kill was a dead cert, but it was not. Witch Doctor plays around, but we are starting to see that, the Slark just unfortunate there. At the same time, the Dark Pack damage kicked in. Yeah, pretty much immediately the Nature's Wrath connected as well, and he was just bursted down too quickly.
Yeah, he took a lot of damage there. I'm surprised he hasn't bought anything since we last looked at him. He had about 2,000 gold, I assume. Yeah, he is going Manta style. He really should have purchased the Ultimate Orb earlier. I'm sure he lost a lot of gold just now.
Well, boy, man. Yeah, a pause comes out. Excellent. 1 minute. Very good. All right, so Purge, what are you thinking about it so far? I mean, we're 16-16 here. The net worth of the 2 top heroes are pretty similar. Anybody got an advantage so far?
Yeah, obviously there's a bit of a more advantage going to Wings since they have the hero matchups going better late, and Drow does scale not as well as he does into the late game. Not to mention the highly mobile heroes that Wings has. So Beastmaster, Queen of Pain. If they get something like Boots of Travel on either of those other heroes, then they can just set up ganks all over the map. Like, they're going to be able to deal with Nature's Prophet pretty straightforward. And they've also got Enchantress on back of that. She's not super farm, just has a Dragonlance Treads wand, but know, grabbing an eggs on top of that, and all of a sudden anybody that gets cold embrace just kind of dies if they're low. So I think Wings' team fight and total damage output is looking really good going into the late game, and Complexity's team fight is decent with the Winter Wyvern. Maybe they'll get some free pickoffs, but past that, their team fight isn't that amazing. It's really just like Dream Coil and damage.
Alright, well, we're back in it. Pressure down at the bottom lane as they're pushing out the creeps. They don't want that tower touched in any way, and we're waiting to see what's going to happen here. They're grouping up, and could be a smoke coming down in the Radiant jungle. The boys are grouped, the smoke is out, and the hunt is on.
Let's see what they can do with this call. That's where they're going to head. They'll see the Corp cleaning out the wave bottom. And a lot of attention around Roshan here. It's going to be back up very, very shortly. And it looks like they are going to try for Quap here already in the Silence Window. Trying to team to get the vision with the Sprout, and he does. They know exactly where the Quap is, and Lim should be able to cancel this one indeed. Jumps in, drops the coil. Great play from Swindles there to get the vision for Limp's follow-up.
That's a hard kill to get, but yeah, they just a little predicted, that's it.
Yeah, there's one thing that Compllexity is showing off, it's their ability to kill people that are trying to escape. I mean, 2 guys hiding in the trees and picked out 2 times, so, woo, you can't hide from Compllexity.
And Z-Freak going this Blade Mail Doom build again. It's kind of interesting, but from a support role, if he ever gets behind, he can always do more damage.
They've got the silence of the vape, and there's your Gus follow-up as well. Chessie coming in, and they've got the damage to do. Well, with Swindles, they certainly have. Nice play there between Limp and Chessie, just getting the silences one after another to make sure the beast can't come out of any plays.
Oh my god.
It's worth it, dude. That's 200 gold. Although the Quap illusion has spotted him here.
Is under attack.
He'll heal up pretty quick here.
No, he's fine. Bottom lane getting pressured again as we're moving on. People just taking objectives, taking names, and walking around. Slark, he's going for the Radiant though. And an easy pick for him as well. Easy tower. One more. Oh! No problem.
Jake, nothing was hitting that other than him. It was...
What, really?
Yeah.
Those creeps really was, there was a lot of creeps, man.
Oh, Z-Freak, yeah, he's been caught on out of position here. The whole of Wings jumping in. There'll be a cold embrace, trying to buy himself some time, but I don't know if he walks out of this one. And with the impetus flying through, not a chance. Tried to get the Doom off onto the Slark.
I'm glad
That's going to be the case.
That would have been a complete waste of a Doom. The Blade Mail looks pretty good with it, though. I really like it.
And Wings, they're going to be the ones to go into Roshan. We saw Compllexity were starting to try and go for it. They've kind of set it up nicely here for the side. There's Dream quite a lot, Winter's Curse, you know, they've got all the ults Compllexity. They're just missing a Doom here for this play.
Oh, they gotta watch out. That Mud Golem does have the ability to throw a rock.
Ooh! Limp scanning it out with the orb. It's going to see it's relatively low. Oh, they've got the wrong hands, get silenced as well, but Limp jumps in now with the response. Stream call onto 2, Waning Rift as well. Ice falling around, they get the Witch Doctor. Chessie trying to move in, but already Wings. They managed to get themselves the edges onto Shadow Slark. Faith falling low here, trying to chase down Swindles. Swindles leaving the DB out. Is he going to make it? No, he can't. And then now with the jump in from the Quap, they're not done. Wings through War, Sonic Wave onto Chessie. It's going to be a third, and now Shadow trying to chase down Limp. He's got an orb, but the silence comes through just in time. Wings hitting back hard there. Aegis. And 4 kills under their belt there.
And now things are looking really bad. Drow Ranger has just consistently been dying, hasn't gotten a new item in a long time, and Quap, Slark, all these heroes can jump right on top of her and just blow her up. And then when she dies, that's supposed to be their carry.
Damn, he didn't even throw the rock. That's not a good sign, man. Oh no. Meanwhile, bottom lane, everybody's pushing in. Oh, she stole him. That's hers now. Excellent. Good job, little guy. And they're going to be pushing in. Boys, what does it look like here? I mean, that was a pretty big fight for Wings, so is this going to be a push, or are they still going to take their time?
They're up in about 10 seconds. I think they're happy just getting wards down in the meantime. Witch Doctor at the moment running across the map. Which is the best time to ward. More wards down, they'll see Complexity's rotations, and that's going to force Compllexity in a place where they have to start getting a bit desperate. They do get a D-ward here. Pretty much dead anyways, but... they have to win team fights, basically, or Compllexity just straight up loses.
The rock. Beautiful.
Link now and Slark as well, so... I mean, Shadow's going to be incredibly elusive in these fights already. We've seen him being able to clean up very, very nicely. I mean, so far, was he 8 for 2 for 6? It's been a very good game for the Slark, and the network's certainly showing that as well as he sits on top. Chessie still got quite a way to go in terms of catching up with his Drow Ranger. And they need to find the perfect combo. They need to have that Winter's Curse hitting multiple enemies, getting rid of someone like the Quap. We've seen out, yeah, the Quap's still relatively squishy. If she's standing next to someone like the Beastmaster, she's still going to fall very, very quickly.
I just really see Slark killing at least 1 or 2 heroes in the next fight. The only way it doesn't go that way is if they initiate and do him right at the start. But he's got Aegis as well, so The fights are so much harder now for Compllexity. And they're still not scaling on items.
He's got to be careful there. He has got Chesty around, but Wings, if they come into the high ground, Shadow, he's going to blink straight in, but the blink is there in time from Hanske. Gets himself out to the side. And now Shadow trying to chase Chesty down, but the Arctic Burn from Hanske will slow him. They get the silence out. They're just trying to keep him away from them. They can't really try and commit for a kill. Nature's Wrath flies through, drums are pop, they're looking for Chesty, jump forward, Chesty trying to get himself out of their limb, coming in, there's going to be the save from Hanske, but they corner brace onto Chesty, swindles as well, but Shadow sticking around, now looking for round 2, the Sonic Wave comes through, they'll burst down the Drow Ranger. And again, it's another fight where with Compllexity, they just can't seem to get a jump on in return, and Wings are finding the big pickoffs, and Shadow just getting further and further ahead here on the slot.
Yeah, Doom was used, so that is going to be on cooldown for a while as they take this middle tower, so I'm not sure they'll be really able to contest it that much.
Especially with the good survivability on all their heroes. They actually just can't stop these guys from right-clicking. They look like they're the ones that draw aura.
The push is strong. It certainly is. And we're now at this point, I mean, you look at the fact that one team has a draw in terms of the towers, it's pretty much even. Well, no, so in fact, it's advantageous for the side of Wings. They've taken more towers now than Compllexity have, and that's always going to be a little bit worrying. And you've been trying to maintain control of the map like this. Blink now done as well for your Beastmaster, so another route of initiation, and another route of just getting yourself away from Compllexity if you find themselves looking for a jump on yourself.
Yeah. Advantageous, that's a pretty big word, man. I don't know a lot of big words. Burge, can you teach me a big word?
No.
Okay, great. Thanks, Burge.
Yep.
All right.
Limp, he is going to be looking to get that yours finished. He's nearly got it done. It's going to be nice as well in terms of kiting up some of these heroes and avoiding some of the stuff that they'll throw out. And oh, that looks like a nice, I think it was a Roshan timer share there. Is Roche back up in a bit? We'll have a look in a minute. Well, start jumping in onto Chesty. Chesty. Just for the straight TP out, but the Raw's there. And again, Wings just with these plays. Catching Compllexity out every time. Z-Freak lucky to get away with his life. Between the two of them though, they won't be going to be able to stop him. And Swindles at this point, he's trying his best with the split push. He is getting a lot of money on this Nature's Prophet. He himself is certainly having the best game on his side.
But it's so hard, they don't have a good Slark solution. And if that's the best thing you can do as a carry versus enemy carries, press Manta and instantly TP, how do you get away from that? If Beastmaster wasn't there, he wouldn't have gotten the solo kill, but you can't win a game by your carry in no way being competitive with the enemy carry.
Uh-oh, pressure on the middle tower. Looks like the boys are gone, and we've got a Necro poke out too, so not sure if they're really going to be able to mount too much. Drow Ranger is coming back though, so they might back up a little bit, especially since their top tower is being pushed in by the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, Swindle's just really doing his best here to create space for his side. If he can continue with plays like this, space certainly will be created. I'm going to go for the ult there as the TP too close to being complete. So Swindle's getting himself out, and with these plays, he is slowly whittling down on these tier 2s.
Yeah, that's a strat, right? We can do the old split push with the Drow aura. Come on, it's not all over.
Yeah, you can, but at some point you have to fight. Well, that's not true. You could actually just never fight them and just split push, but it's very unlikely, especially with, they've got Queen of Pain, they've got a Beastmaster with a Hawk who's going to be able to spot the split pushing, Slark as well. They've got 3 heroes with Blink that are highly mobile. They're going to be able to shut these down eventually. Yeah, he might get some poking here or there, but the idea of getting 3 racks without fighting, it's just extremely unlikely. Hawk's in position now to spot them rotating up.
Yeah, but they're still smoked up, I believe, at the moment here.
Oh, this could be perfect then. They don't have Swindle smoke.
They're gonna feel safe, yeah.
They're doing the obvious thing in attempts of Beastmaster going in.
If the slot comes forward, they can catch him in a silence, maybe, but as we can see, Wings just playing very, very safely.
Right, it's too late now. Smoke broke.
Yeah, we'll see.
They're going in still.
Jumping onto Hanske and Sonic Wave as well. They're removed the Winter Wyvern straight away on the side. We'll see if they can try and come back in. All out from Limp. First down the Witch Doctor fairly low. It's Dream called up the Enchantress, but now the Doom drops onto the Beastmaster. But Beastmaster, he's already raw. Not really the ideal Doom target. And the side of Compllexity, they're losing too. They'll get the rest out. But again, they're trying to find these fights, and it's just not working out for them every time.
Yeah, so they're still only losing 2 heroes, but every time it gets harder and harder. It was a really good idea for them to try to set that up, but Wings predicted them all being there.
Yep, they're playing smart, they're playing careful, and now they're playing for keeps as they move down the mid with 2 guys down. Maybe they'll be able to force out a buyback coming out from the Doom, but they're going to push as hard as they can with the time allotted. Meanwhile, Nature's Prophet up in the top. He's looking for a split push, but I'm not sure, boys. I think this might be a tower.
Yeah, it's not worth buying back. They've only got 10 seconds left, and he already used Doom, so at most he's trading his HP with Blade Mail. That's the most damage he can do. Winter Wyvern's up as well, so he can spam out Splinter Blast. Have we seen a single Winter's Curse that did damage. I feel like we've seen it just for stun setups and things
We
like
saw
that.
it kill the quad once in the range.
Okay.
Yeah, but just the once. He's not really found an option to do it again. And while top lane Swindles, he's been looking for the rat, but he's caught out this time. Wings, they'll punish the Prophet. Yeah, for 70 seconds. It's a nice pick off, and that could be the opening for Wings to try and go full in on a lane. Not having to worry about that back door. And I mean, this Slark as well, with the Lincoln Sphere done. I mean, how do you kill this guy? How do you punish him? With Lincolns and man to this man, he's going to be so elusive.
Yeah, they don't have very many good solutions. You can shoot a Splinter Blast, that's maybe the best one. Super long range, low cooldown, doesn't cost a huge amount of money. That's a good way to deal with it, but you'd have to time it pretty solid. It's difficult.
Alright, the boys are walking around looking for something to do here. Bottom lane, Mr. Witch Doctor. Let me see what he can find. And a TP out. Oh no. They do not want any of what is coming their way. Goodbye. And TP scroll yet again. I mean, I will say that. Compllexity. They are good with the TPs.
They're really limiting the losses. They're doing a great job on that for sure.
Oh boy, don't look at that. Put that away. We don't need to look at that. It's still, in my mind, it's even still, okay? I don't like graphs. It teaches me too much. Don't show me the stats, please.
10k difference with 31. It's not the end of the world by any means, but it's, I guess when you just look at the lineups that they have, as we said earlier, it was always going to be hard for Compllexity if they start to fall behind. And, they need something huge. They need to find pick-off after pick-off into kind of a 3v5 engagement at this point. They've already taken most of the time. There's still 2 tier 2s, potential extra gold sitting on the map for the side, but as we've seen, every time that they try and come out on the map limp, he can't really find the perfect jump in, because Wings with their blinks, they're straight on top of him. Either the silence or the roar, catching him out. Limp. The Invis rune, just scouting out why, but he's on his own. It's not really a lot that he can do. He needs someone else. He needs like a +1, but he's not going to get it.
He needs like a +2 at least.
Yeah.
They just don't have that much magic burst and disable, with the exception of Doom. It's really hard for them to get solo kills, and he'll be able to solo kill the courier at least.
Hey, that's a solo kill. All right.
Oh. At the same time though, they may have lost a courier, but they hit back hard and they're looking for heroes. Wings. They should be able to find Z-Freak. A bit of a tanky brute. I will continue to try and walk it off here. I mean, he's certainly creating space, but finally there, the axe throw on the Beastmaster coming through to finish the job.
That was nasty, man. That was like Dota's version of a 360 no-scope. He just turned around for a couple seconds and threw those axes and beautiful stuff. Double damage coming up on Quap. They're scouting out the Roach. They see it's up. What are we gonna have here, boys? They're taking their time again. So patient, these teams. So zen-like.
Swindles did get his hex, but...
Oh, they got him.
Oh, yeah, nice. Oh. No. The Lincoln Skip here, of course, is saving the Squap's life. They'll still try and continue to chase him. But, again, the control isn't there, and they're not close enough in time, and Wings, they can look back towards Roche, and the question is really, Compllexity, can they do anything about this? We saw how quickly it went down before. There's a DD still on the co-op. So everything's going to be there, pounding away at Roshan, and Compllexity, they're going to have to let this one go. And now, when Wings have got that Aegis, that very well could be when we see them start to push up to the high ground. Or, I mean, in their eyes, do you feel purged? There's no reason to even try for that. They're happy just getting the game on, letting it continue, and just waiting for the super safe push.
It's a little dangerous due to Winter Wyvern ulti. That's the only thing I would really worry about. If he ultis Slark, for example, and Beastmaster's in the area and there's an Echo 3 up, Slark can definitely die, possibly killed without cheese. But again, he's still got a Lincoln Sphere. They've got really good counters to these big teamfight ultimates, so I think it's definitely close to the point where Wings is ready to go high ground. They need to push the lanes out. They don't want to lose any towers, so they're always going to have to send somebody top to deal with the Nature's Prophet. Ideally, it'd be someone with boots of travel, so they can always TV the lane.
Or if they can turn it, they get the jump in. They won't actually get the Hex out. And again, they can't really commit for this. The TP reactions are coming in and out. It's Compllexity. They need to be on the road. Shadow jumping forward, and it's going to be held back by the Winter's Curse. And Swindles, yeah, just TPing away. So on the plus side for Compllexity, not losing anyone there, but we're already seeing just how hard it is, even with 3 heroes rotating in to kill. Indeed, the Slark and the carry for Compllexity in return, Chessie. Very easy for Wings to jump on and burst down immediately.
I mean, she doesn't even have new items yet. She still has Manta Style.
And she's having a really hard time staying alive. They're just getting picked. She's constantly the only person dead on their team. I mean, and that is just not what you're looking for with the Drow strat.
I mean, she can't even go anywhere aggressive because she knows that there's like 3 heroes that can set up kills on her. If the Beastmaster Hawk gets her, she dies. Oh.
Okay, bottom lane taking some major damage. The Necro books the push from the Slug and the jump in.
He's just jumping in, he does not care at all. Pops the Shadow Dance, starts to steal the essences from Hanskin. The Sonic Wave flies through. It's going to be 2 down, they're going to both fight back here. Silence and Dream Call on to do, but Shadow Glimmer caped up. Gets himself out of the slot. They will kill the quad, but of course she's got the Aegis ready for round 2. And
She does have Lincolns.
so they have the lockdown to deal with him. The Blink's out in time, and Compllexity, they're brought back for this. They love to try and find a kill. They're throwing the orb forward, jumping in silence, just onto Blink, Ice, Glimmer caped up. Can't even kill the Witch Doctor, and Wings, looks like they're going to get themselves out with that one as well. They poke, they prod, they manage to get 2 buybacks out from the side of Compllexity. So next time that push comes in, it's going to be pretty fatal.
Took too long, now your bottom tower's all gone. Sad story. Oh, and she stole a woman there. Interesting. There's so many thieves going on today. I'm loving it. Oh, wait, initiation again.
Straight back in. Z-Free orchid it up. The Doom's down, and now Chesty getting rolled up. That should drown gone as well. 3 left to arrive on the side of Compllexity, and now Swindles is gone. An absolute bloodbath here. The Winter's Curse will buy some time, holding back Ice and Fate, but Shadow with a double kill as he cleans up the puck as well. And Drow, no buyback available for this fight. Limp and Swindles do. But again, Wings 33-20. This Drow strap for Compllexity really falling off at this point of the game, and Wings, we're seeing them just each and every time come out on top of Compllexity. What's their answer? Wow, they're going to be jumped on again, straight in. That's going to be one. Z-Freak falling onto the opposition, a second, a third. Again, Compllexity just crumbling to the power wings. This time it's a lovely Dream Coil. In fact, they might kill Ice, and they will. They'll get one. Limp trying to play around the Doom on Shadow, bringing him low. Can they finish him off with the burst? But Limp, he's got to get himself back. Swindles as well. He will finish off the Beast. So maybe just it's going to be enough to keep themselves in. It's only the 2 of them, but they will lose the bottom racks. But they don't. In a situation that looked like it could be, you know, at the end of that, they managed to hold on and keep the game going, but only just burst.
Yeah, they had to buy back there because they know that with their strategy being less strong in the super late game, they had to do everything they could to try to win in that fight, and it still didn't go their way. So if you look at the net worth, it's just a huge advantage for Wings. Only person that's competitive is Swindle.
I mean, Wings has all the time in the world. Oh boy, the crafts.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
You're not ready for this.
But, I mean, Wings has all the time in the world, man. They can farm as much as they want. They're in a really good spot, and it's really up to them when this game is going to end. So, ooh, what can Compllexity do to turn this thing around?
Lots of hexes, they've got them. I mean, that's one really good solution. They've been trying to set up these kills, but again, there's great Lincoln Spheres up on these guys. Both Slark as well as Queen of Pain. So maybe they need like a Force Staff or something. They need a way to be able to break the Lincolns to prep for the hex that's instant. And every time they keep using 2 hexes, for example, to set up the Lincoln's break. Or Puck does have a Force, maybe he can be the one that goes in first. If they just time it correctly, they can definitely chain stun people and get kills. And they need to get a lot of kills to come back in this game.
Oh, they're looking for the wraparound. Limp going in with the orb. Wings, though, they're there with the return, and a roar onto Chesty. Hex onto Limp. Sonic Wave onto both of them. Double kill for Blink. And now Freak, he's not going to be able to TP away. It's the 3rd one, and Wings, they may have just done it here. They've taken down 3, none of them with buyback available. And they're going to come powering down the mid, and Swindles and Wyvern. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold this on their own.
It's going to be tough, 40 seconds. Winter Wyvern is great for split or counter pushing, and Nature's Prophet in the meantime is on the bot lane. I don't think that's going to be enough. Definitely a second rack here going down. Very possibly a 3rd as well.
Oh no. There goes straight to the top. No buybacks. Oh no.
They played this game very smartly. We've seen for pretty much the last 15 minutes, it feels like Compllexity just getting 1 kill. And every time, Wings just hitting back hard. The Drow strat certainly doesn't look to have worked out on Wings. 39 minutes in now. Compllexity, have they got one final fight in them? Dagon Witch Doctor comes out. Wings, feeling very happy. Mjolnir now done on the Enchantress. It's all coming out now. Swindle's still pushing that bottom lane. He's going to have to come back and join the defense here. 20 seconds. They do have a fortification, and okay, Z-Freak's gone. Shadow's just diving the base on this slot. 2 dead. Both still without buyback, and Wings onto the Ancient, and Compllexity, they're holding here. They're not calling it over yet, but it pretty much looks to be all that. Limp, nice Dream Call onto 2, trapping them in the base, and he will kill the slot, but the Ancient's fallen. GG is now called, and Compllexity, they tried their best to hold in, but for the past 20 minutes, it just was all downhill for them.
Yeah, they really needed to execute that a little better. They needed to get more advantage in the early game. And Slark just got a lot of kills in the early game, and it transitioned in him just hard countering the Draw Ranger. And if Draw Ranger can't continue to accelerate, then they just will start stagnating. And that was just a great Wings draft. Almost all their heroes, they worked really well together with each other.